Hey creative, what's up? It's your girl Jamila and welcome back to my laboratory. So a couple tutorials ago, I showed you guys how to create a sublimation tumbler mock-up. So today we're gonna bring that mock-up to reality. I'll show you how to sublimate a 20-ounce skinny tumbler using my tumbler press. I have everything I use listed in the description box below. And if you like this video, you learned something new, make sure you give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, and make sure that bell notification's on so you don't miss any of my upcoming craft tutorials. So to start off, we're going to go ahead and grab our designs from Creative Fabrica, and we're just going to go right up here to the search bar and you can type in 3D tumbler and hit enter and you'll get so many results. Like I was literally on here forever just scrolling through trying to decide which one I wanted because they were all so freaking gorgeous. Okay, so you'll just go ahead and scroll through, and of course if you're new to Creative Fabrica, I will have an affiliate link for you in the description box of this video where you can go ahead and get you 10 free downloads. Okay, so once you go ahead and grab whatever design it is that you like, let's just go ahead and let me just show you how it works if you're new to Creative Fabrica. So once you have your all access subscription, you can just go click on your image and then you'll hit download. Okay, so the designs I use will be listed in the description box of this video as well as everything else for you guys, and you'll just go ahead and download this. And remember, with the Creative Fabrica subscription, you can download as much stuff as you want. So if you loved all those 3D sublimation tumbler images, go ahead and grab them. Okay, you can even grab as many, like just go until your heart is content. There's just so many things on this website. It's an awesome resource for creatives. Okay, so once we have our design, we'll just go ahead and move over to Canva. And since I'm going to do a couple different tumbler designs, I'm going to use 13 by 19 size paper. So I'm going to go ahead over to custom size and hit 13 by 19. Now, if you can do whatever size paper you want to print on, those are the dimensions you'll want to go ahead and enter. Okay, but if you're using like 8.5 by 14 size paper, I would turn it landscape. So I've already uploaded my images, and to do that I basically just went to the file that I downloaded. Like, let me just walk you through that here. So here's one of the files I downloaded from Creative Fabrica, and as you can see, it's a zipped file. So what you want to do is go ahead and extract that, and of course I've already done that, so I'm just going to hit skip. So you go ahead and unextract it, and you see some of the downloads that you get come with the straight and tapered option, which is really nice. So I'm doing the straight. So what I did was just go ahead and grab all of these and I just dragged and dropped them into Canva. Okay, so now that I have my designs, which are so beautiful, look at all of these designs. Oh my goodness, these are gorgeous. I cannot wait to sublimate them. So I'm just going to go ahead and pick one, and the tumblers I'm using are about 9.5 by 8 ish. Okay, and I always like to give myself a little bit of wiggle room because I rather have too much rather than not enough. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and just stretch this out so I get the proper dimensions, and I didn't have to do too much because it was already kind of set, so that's awesome. And let's pick another. Oh my goodness, this purple in this is gorgeous. But let's do her. Let's see how she turns out. Okay, so same thing, just gonna go kind of stretch her out till I get the proper size, and that's awesome. So from here, of course, with sublimation you need to mirror your prints. Okay, so you can go ahead and just click this, go up here to this top toolbar and hit flip. But I guess for this, it doesn't really matter too much because there's like no text or anything on the images or whatnot. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and do that. We'll download this and save it as a PNG to your computer. And then you'll just go ahead and print it out with your sublimation printer. So I'm going to go ahead and print mine out, and then I'll meet you over at the tumbler press. I'm going to go ahead and prep my tumblers by cleaning them off. Here I'm using my lint roller, but you can also do this with rubbing alcohol in a lint-free rag. Then I'm just going to sit my tumbler flat on my counter and put my wrap around, well, my image around it. And I do this just to make sure that the image doesn't go on crooked. Laying it flat just helps make it go on as straight as possible. And I'm just going to grab a piece of heat tape just to hold it in place. Now for this tumbler, I'm going to do a few different techniques that I saw on TikTok. So the girl said to basically push and pull, right? So I'm pushing the bottom piece of the paper under as I pull the top piece of the paper over. And supposedly this is supposed to make the paper like super tight and secure. So I'm just going to kind of do that push and pull method as I tape the whole front side of the tumbler together. And of course, everything I use will be linked in the description box of this video. So make sure you check that out to go ahead and grab your supplies so you can go ahead and recreate this project on your own. Now, once I have the front of the tumbler all taped up, I'm going to try this rolling method that I also saw on TikTok. And basically, you kind of just roll the bottom of the tumbler and the top. And this is supposed to help the bottom sublimate better because the paper takes on that natural curve at the bottom of the tumbler. So once I rolled it, I just went ahead and taped it down, and it does look, you know, nice and pretty tight. And I did the same for the top as well and just taped that down. Now for my other tumbler, I'm just going to go ahead and tape it like I normally do. I still lay it flat on, well, sit it flat on the surface so that I can wrap my image and keep it as straight as possible. And then I just tape down the seam. So this is what my tumblers look like, all taped up and ready to be pressed. You can see that the other one does look a little bit tighter. The one that has more tape does look a little bit tighter and taped up really, really good. But I'm just really curious to see if those little hacks really make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead and pop these tumblers into my tumbler press at 365 degrees for 60 seconds. And those are the directions that came with the tumblers. I picked these up from my local craft store. All tumblers are different, so I recommend that you go with the recommended settings from wherever it is that you purchase your tumblers. So once I do a full 60 seconds, I just go ahead and turn my tumbler. I do the seam side up first, and once that 60 seconds is done, I give it a 180 turn. And then I like to kind of press the edges of the tumblers just to make sure that they sublimate well, because sometimes you can get a little bit of ghosting on them. And I basically just go ahead and repeat the process for my other tumbler as well. So once everything is subbed and it's cooled down a little bit so that I can handle it, I just really try and remove the tape without actually scratching the tumbler. So this is the lady. And honestly, I think this turned out really well. So this is the tumbler that I just taped it with the seam down, right? I didn't do all the extra taping. And honestly, it looks really good. The colors are super vibrant. I hate that seam, but I knew I was going to have a seam just because my image was overlapping. And as far as the bottom, it's sublimated really well. That white is underneath the curve, like where the tumbler starts to actually curve at the bottom. So when I actually sit it down on the surface, you really can't see it unless I pick it up. So I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. And this was just me just taping it regularly down the seam. And this one, y'all, I wanted this one to turn out awesome, but it did not. And I was really, really heartbroken. Besides that terrible seam, the bottom experienced a lot of ghosting, although I pressed the edges of both tumblers the same way. I pressed the tumblers the same way, same temperature, same pressure, everything. But what I'm realizing is these parts where I'm seeing the ghosting is where I had the heat tape. So I believe my heat tape kind of blocked my image from being able to come through. Like, if that makes any sense, because right here you can see the marks from my heat tape. So I did try a new heat tape today, so I'm wondering if I'll get the same experiences with my old heat tape, but I just had to order some more from Amazon, so it's not here yet. But when it comes in, I'll definitely have to try that again and see if I get the same experience. So all in all, I will say that doing all the extra stuff really didn't work for me. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. You can definitely go ahead and try it for yourself and see if you get different results. And then I went ahead and sublimated another tumbler because I really love these 3D designs. This tumbler is from Heat Transfer Warehouse, and honestly, I'm just going to stick from getting my tumblers from them. It's just better quality than the ones that I picked up from a local craft store in my area. So this one turned out awesome. I absolutely love it. Okay, the colors and everything just popping. So here are my tumblers. Of course, everything is linked in the description box of this video. Which one of these is your favorite? Do you have any tumbler tips and tricks that I should try? Let me know in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll see you later.